Hey folks, it's Dr. Kaiser. I wanted to give you a little bit of guidance on completing and interpreting the Meyers-Briggs style inventory we're going to look at, and then using that to fill out your assignment for this week. So hopefully you've read chapter 2. If not, maybe watch the virtual lecture. If not, a lot of this is going to be really new to you. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That could actually be beneficial. But just keep in mind, if I'm, it seems like I'm speaking a foreign language, there's the information is there, but you would need to chase it down. Otherwise, let's just dive right in. Let's do it. So I provided for you a resource. This is 16personalities.com. That's because the Myers-Briggs has 4 different dimensions, and the combination of all those, it makes 16 possible results. This particular self-assessment, you do not have to pay anything for. You do not have to create a login. It is just straight off the website. You can see results without doing any of that stuff. That was important to me. I didn't want to have you get any spam or certainly not have to pay anything. As it tells you in the beginning, it is a relatively quick assessment. It's about 65-ish questions. It depends on particularly which source. And it's important, think of yourself in as honest a way as you could. Not how do I want to be, but what am I actually like? That's really important to start evaluating yourself. And that's part of the point of this, even though these are kind of unofficial results we're getting. Although you can take the academic one. I provided a link for that too. This is a very unofficial one. But our point here is this: think about ourselves and kind of self-evaluate, but also go through the process of doing this kind of trait inventory. Learn a little bit about behavioral science research, how that happens, and in this case, this kind of questionnaire, what's that look like, and what's it like to answer it. And definitely, it's best to answer every question. That's going to get you the best, most accurate results, and ideally, try to avoid the neutral. If you lean a little bit one way or another, it's better to go with the agree or disagree side rather than answering neutral on a bunch of stuff. That makes your results really hard to interpret and less accurate. Okay, so here's what the first page looks like. It presents you, 6 or 7 questions. And these are called Likert style questions, Likert. And you read the statement and state whether you strongly agree, moderately agree, less and less agree. If you're neutral, disagree a little bit, disagree a lot, really super disagree. So you can see they've done a great job with the visuals here. This is the most agreeing, this is the most disagreeing, or pick something in between. So you read the statement and answer whether you really agree, really disagree, or somewhere in between for each one. And then you'll click Next, and it takes you through several pages. It'll show you your progress bar so you can see how close you're getting to being done. When you get your results, it will present them. It's even got some nice graphics, and you can look at the personality types all together. If you click up here for your letters, and these are the results I got when I just took it real quick, you can look at each individual letter. Remember, these are on the 4 different spectrums of the Myers-Briggs: extroverted versus introverted, intuitive versus observant, thinking and feeling, judging and perceiving or prospecting. They've got it here. And then this particular one, they give you, and this is a more recent development, they give you a 5th letter, and the dynamic there is assertive versus turbulent. But you can look at what does each letter stand for, but the purpose of this is, or Myers-Briggs' intention here, was to see in combination your place on each of these spectrums. If we put all that together, what kind of personality type do we come up with? How might that impact? And you can read over here their interpretation. How does that impact your friendships, your romantic life, career paths, workplace habits? What kind of jobs might be best for someone who's super introverted, which I am, according to this, right? What kind of college majors might be better for someone who's high on intuitive, which is the N there. So really cool to explore those. Again, I provided for you a document. Let me show it to you, where you can read about each of these in a more academic setting. And this one is a document that you can complete the written version of this and score it by hand. This was given to a bunch of, is it the medical students? Or no, they were going in a leadership course. So they were taking this personality assessment to see, what leadership style might you have and so forth at this particular medical school. And what I like about this document is you can see it's 134 pages. Well, you can go and type in your letter combination that you get after you complete this. And I've done that, INFP, you can see it was mine. And go in and just look it up. So, how did I pull up this box? That's important. Control F. Control F, Control Find is what that stands for. So Control F, here I'll exit out and do it again. Control F, pulls it up, and then type in your letters for what you came up with. And so INFP, on this website it calls it the mediator, here it calls it the idealist. And you can kind of look it up as well. You can Google those letters. If you use Pinterest, boy, you get all kinds of results just by Googling your 4 letters. If you Google your 4 letters and then type the words Meyers Briggs, you get a bunch of results. Just evaluate your sources, right? Look at which ones are more reliable. Some of these are just, anybody can, of course, put anything on the internet. I do want to show you, speaking of anybody putting anything, you can type in Meyers Briggs, and boy, they've got them figured out for characters on here's The Office, here's Marvel characters, and wow, look at all those. Star Wars, I'm sure. Here's Disney princesses. Harry Potter, of course. We gotta have Harry Potter. Here's Star Wars. And you can look your personality type up and, think about, well, here's the results I got. Does that really fit me? First of all, I mean, you're the best. You know yourself the best. And if that does fit, as you look at what geekinheels.com has come up with, do you fit with that kind of character? In what ways? It's kind of neat to just think about and play around with. And whatever it is, Avatar, you'll find that if you're really into Avatar. What's this one? The Muppets, for Pete's sake. I don't even know if you guys know who the Muppets are. My Little Pony. Lord of the Rings. I took, and I need to tell you guys this too, so I took this test twice today. Just testing out different websites and seeing what they came up with. And I got the same results that I usually get. I've taken this a couple times every semester probably, as I talk about this with you all and your predecessors in this class. And I get a little different results. You would too if you took this a week from now, a month from now. If you're taking it cold where you'd never even heard of Meyers Briggs, that might make your results a little different than if you've studied this a bit and understand each of the different traits. You might kind of think of yourself a certain way and answer questions in a way that lean you one way or another. So as with any personality assessment or mood assessment type thing, the results vary depending on your situation right at the moment. So keep all of that in mind, but use this as a thinking tool, explore a bit and see what you come up with, and then use that to help you as you complete your assignment. All right, let me know if you have questions. Thanks a bunch.